These late winter days in the mountains have reminded me of the importance in the pause, of turning inwards, of slowing down. It seems as though life has this tendency to pass me by, as if in the very same moment I'm holding a chapter of my life in my hands, it slips through my fingers and becomes a fleeting memory. I am trying my softest to release my grip on the world, to let life happen, but to soak it all in. I want every single moment to stain my hands such a vibrant color I cannot help but remember what it felt like. I feel as though my childhood was just this, endless moments of remembering. And I'm trying to figure out what has changed. The only reality I could put my finger on is the difference in my level of presence. Life has this amazing way of dispersing our attention into every which way as we grow older. This winter, I am claiming my energy back. I am deepening my presence, and here is what it's been looking like. Trading food scraps for eggs with the chickens. When did we forget what a gift it is to be nourished by the abundance of the land? It's hard not to be filled with immense gratitude for the food upon your plate when your hands played such a loving role in its creation. No longer do you eat mindlessly in front of a screen. When you know the animals who gave their lives to nourish yours, their sacrifice becomes sacred, and it always has been. So I've been sitting with my food, praying over my food, whispering words of gratitude to all the beings who brought this food to my plate. This is where the nourishment truly resides. I have also been sitting in stillness with my journal and an informative book, tuning into my inner world and tuning out the external one. What emerges when you give yourself time? What comes through when you allow yourself space? What can you hear when you pause the endless noise of others? There is so much static these days, we can hardly hear our own hearts beating. We can hardly remember to mold and form our own expression before taking on the ones of others. I urge you to ask yourself how much of my thinking is truly mine to hold. And if you find any narratives rooted in you that may not fit, I wonder what it would feel like to uproot them, to weed your internal garden so native thoughts may grow. Recently, I've been reflecting on how true this is with my narratives of food and my body. How many of my beliefs about myself would no longer be here if I never listened to the narratives and lies of a sick society. I'm trying to reclaim the unconditional relationship I had with my body at a young age, before it was stolen away. I've been unraveling myself from sleep very slowly these days. My heart really needs a soft place to land these days, just with the state of the world and my nervous system feeling very, very, very dysregulated. I have just been taking my mornings very slowly and devoting them to myself and to creation and to prayer and to offerings and to creating space in my body through breath and stretching and warm drinks that feel like hugs for the nervous system. I have always been a big fan of mornings, and I've just been gazing into candlelight in the mornings and allowing the flicker to warm my heart awake and flutter my eyes open, just like the bees and the pollinators that are slowly awakening too. I know that my nervous system needs a really big hug right now, just because the world feels really chaotic and my brain feels really chaotic, and there's just been so much stress recently, and I've just been trying to navigate it all and release pressure from myself to become something or to create that next expression of who I am and just allow myself to be the expression that I am currently. And that takes a lot of devotion, and so my mornings have been steeped in devotion, whether that be deepening my breath or sipping on a warm cup of tea that feels like a hug for the nervous system, or giving myself a nice body massage with herbal oils. I've just been trying to create space as much as I can by deepening my breath and doing some deep opening stretches and moving my body outside and gazing into candlelight and reading good books and increasing my knowledge of things that matter and living a life of prayer and devotion to the earth and to God and to myself and to my loved ones and to the state of the world at whole. So that's what I'm doing every morning. I'm hoping to just drop into myself before I drop into the rest of the world, and I open the can of worms that is the online portal of social media. I'm very grateful for it. I've connected with so many loving people on there, and our corner of the internet is so special to me. As sometimes there's a lot of noise and it's hard to decipher what's me and what's not me. And so in the mornings, I'm devoting to myself and just meeting myself where I'm at. And so I've been writing a lot and reading a lot and deepening my knowledge of myself and my art and creating. And I've been doing a non-negotiable 3 morning pages for quite a while now. And that practice is a tether to myself. And so I really recommend finding something that keeps you anchored in your heart rather than floating in the sea that is the eternity of online noise, honestly. So yes, that's what I've been doing, and I've been writing a lot, which makes me really happy. I just finished a poem this morning and I'd love to share it with you guys. It feels really, really special. And then I'm gonna drop into my morning yoga practice so that I can get some space in my body. I've been needing to move whenever I'm stressed. I feel the tension resides in my body, in my shoulders and in my hips, and so I'm just trying to open and deepen into myself.
Maybe my heart is more than a muscle. Maybe this flesh is simply a vessel. Bleeding the vision of God, I offer myself as food for the world. Gifting an unhardened heart fed from a fist left uncurled. I lay awake by candlelight while everyone else is asleep. When the world is dark, or so it seems, tell me please, what is it you see in your dreams? Do you see the vision fulfilled, stretched across the promised land? Are you fed by milk and honey, and all things sweet and grand? Do you dream of wastelands, the garden overturned, every inch of earth bare, every city burned? I am afraid to close my eyes. I never know which one I'll get. An awakened world unfurled, or one still holding its breath. So I lay awake and reach for mine, the one I've been holding for safekeeping, exhaling my dreams upon the land, the one left broken and weeping. Now is the time to whisper our prayers. Now is the time to strip our hearts open bare. Open like the palm ready to receive. Open like the fallen fruits offering their seed. Open like my lips as I blow out the candle. Open like my chest catching all it can handle. So I exhale my wish from a heart who's been freed. May we all become the softness the earth so desperately needs.
It's the first snow day of the entire year, which is so weird to say because it's been such a warm and dry winter here, which is not necessarily the best because we tend towards dryness and wildfires in the summertime, so getting all of the water in the winter is really important. And I've just been reflecting on Chinese medicine and traditional medicine systems and how they connect the winter time with the water element. And we just passed the Chinese New Year and we're in the year of the horse, which is a lot about just leaning into expansion and expression and freedom and feeling the wind through your hair like the horse is running wild. And so I was just spending some time journaling on what I want the new year to hold for me, and it's already feeling very expansive, and I just feel like stepping deeper into my passions and callings and removing the noise of society and what we should be doing, how we should be, what we should be as women specifically. So I've just been spending some time journaling on that, journaling on the first signs of spring and what that looks like in my body and what that looks like on the earth. So that's a really fun journal prompt to just tune into what the first signs of spring are, what the first signs of life are, and really feeling into that in your own body, somatically, energetically, spiritually. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for the pause that the snow brings. We had a really heavy snow yesterday, and then we got a little bit of snow this morning, and now that the sun is out, it's definitely melting it all away, which tends to be the case where I live. And so I'm just gonna spend the day soaking in the medicine of snow because it is so fleeting here. And I'm going to gather some evergreen medicine, some winter medicine, and make some winter elixirs with you guys and take you guys along with me through the process. And yeah, just have a really fun day. I have some clients today, which is really special, and I have a workshop that I'm hosting, which is really special. And I'm hoping to just have a self-care day outside of the busyness of work. Very potent evergreen medicine to use throughout the year, which is really special when it feels like the whole rest of the earth is asleep. and it offers so many different gifts for the body. It's incredibly high in vitamin C, which is amazing for our immune system, and it's also really great for skin health to help boost collagen production to promote healthy, supple skin in the dryness of winter. It's also incredibly warming, which helps to warm our bodies from the inside out, and it has diaphoretic properties, meaning it brings blood to the surface to help induce a sweat to break a fever. It's antimicrobial and antibacterial to also help fight off infection and pathogens from invading the body. And I love to infuse it into tea for those aspects to help break up mucus in the lungs. And it's also very stimulating, so it helps to drudge up excess mucus from the lungs to induce a deep breath. And I also love to infuse it into honey because that helps preserve the bioavailability of vitamin C, which is damaged when you put heat to it. So let's go make some potent evergreen medicine together.
I have also been spending endless amounts of time outside. Rain, snow, or shine, meeting the elements, breathing in the fresh air. This is the medicine we all truly need. To remove ourselves from the concrete jungles and remember who we are at our core. The endless opportunities at our fingertips to remember our interconnection to the natural world. I find the heaviness of the day-to-day seems to melt right away when I immerse myself into the greater web of creation. When I immerse myself back into my role as earth tender, nothing seems quite so heavy when the earth is helping me hold it. So I gather medicine from the plants and from my heart. On this day, I sat in gratitude for the earth's never-ending abundance. Even when it seems the entire world is asleep, she still has gifts to give. She still has love to offer. She is still thinking of us. I like to think this to be true of myself as well. When I feel dormant, when I feel asleep, when I feel less vibrant than my optimal self, maybe this is the resting, the pause, the intricate knowing wisdom of rest. As it goes, all life truly does begin in the darkness. Seeds in the belly of the earth, beings in the belly of a woman. So I endlessly offer my gratitude to God and collect from a wide open heart, for myself and for my loved ones, always leaving an excess for the other beings. And here is what I collected and made. I have also been strengthening my body as an act of love and devotion, stretching deeply to create wide open spaces and adding resistance to become stronger and more resilient. Testing my physical limits is a great act of devotion I have always loved and been deepening into this last winter. I have also been working a lot with my hands, taking the earth and molding it into a vessel. I had a lot of pieces in the pottery studio from summer and fall to glaze and send into the kiln to work its magic. This is the place I find my mind the quietest, when I'm creating. This is when I find myself losing track of time, lost in my internal landscape. The noise seems so quiet, the busyness seems to pause, poems tend to emerge. Pottery itself is an act of surrender. Anything could go wrong at any moment. It's an act of non-attachment. You could create the most beautiful vessel just for it to crack in the drying process or explode in the kiln under the intensity of the fire. It forces you to create for the sake of creating, rather than for an end product. It teaches me to live for the sake of being alive, rather than for the sake of performance. I've been ending my days in the same way I start them: silence, stillness, and an exploration of my internal landscape. I sit with my Bible, a journal, a good book, and my red light for hours before bed, lighting candles to stay aflame. I hope this video inspired you to do the same. I'm curious how you've been tending to your internal gardens as we enter into the portal of spring. I'm sending you all so much love. Until next time, your friend, Emma.